As architects, we have a responsibility that goes beyond decorative. It goes even beyond the building. But it also goes to the fact that if you can make them joyous, you can make them vital. You're making people's life in the same way vital and joyous. So we all try to do that.
Almost every one of his architecture projects is different from another because it grows in the best possible way out of the special circumstance and the special need of the time and place and the people who are there.
If he thinks of a building, he doesn't think of a building by itself. He always thinks of a building in its urban context. And for him, the area around the building is as important as the building itself.
He went from being very much an architect, thinking kind of in terms of the individual building, to now thinking about the larger systems of cities.
I think Richard's quite unique in architecture because he's interested in people. The intrigue about actually sort of how people communicate with each other, what society needs, how people make decisions about it, really kind of informs the design process that they go through.
Richard's work in land use is most particularly characterized by his design with Renzo Piano for the Pompidou Museum in Paris.
The building is incredibly permeable. It is an incredible celebration of the city of Paris itself. And I think at the time there was real resistance from some of the architectural critics at that time in the early 70s. But actually the day that the building opened, the public loved it. They flooded in, and they've never stopped flooding in.
The impact of Richard's buildings can always be seen by the smiles. When you look at Lloyd's of London, people bustling around, a real buzz about the building, the way it's designed, the escalators up through the middle. Outside, of course, there's the shock of the new. How could the rather staid City of London have a building which is a cross between a Gothic cathedral and a high-tech refinery?
We're very conscious of the importance of creating buildings which we try to lift people's hearts up and to explain the way that society is moving. It's a meeting place, and I think that's really important. A meeting place and the spaces between people, that's what I'm involved in. If I had to choose something, that's what I like to do most.
Richard Rogers' advice has guided citizens, developers, investors, and mayors around the world.
He was the advisor to the first mayor of London on urbanism. He was the advisor to the mayor of Barcelona on urbanism, and he had large interventions in other places in city advice of one form or another.
He's always been able to build a broad church of people with different ideas and different perspectives to get change to happen.
And for that, you need to be honoured. There are not that many people who are dedicated to international city thinking at large scale.
The Nichols Prize is all about leadership, the ability to bring urban vision that the rest of us don't yet see. Richard's advocacy for social values, his commitment to the importance of the public realm, make him the best candidate for the Nichols Prize.
There's this property he has of driving forward and trying to get through to a solution, and that's what's made him extraordinary.
He's an architect who excels at what he does, but he's gone beyond the bounds of architecture to address in every possible way the responsible use of land.
I can think of no better person to receive the Nichols Prize, as I know his commitment to vision, public service, public space is what JC would have wanted.